Rams cross country, beat the Ravens 17-3. Cooper Rush and Tyler Huntley combined for 21 completions for 140 yards. That's two people, 140 yards. Matt Stafford, 17 completions, 181 yards, and a touchdown. Flock, the floor is yours. Start with Keys.
Yeah, I mean, I came. I think we last time been here, illnesses or whatever, came on here after the Chiefs, and saw that in person and realized that the season was over. Then, um, you know, granted, how much talent, whatever talent you got, how much talent you got. If the epitome of the Baltimore Ravens is the goal line stand yesterday. Like, come on, man. Like, you're running two tush pushers with Mark Andrews. The coach comes out after the game and says, those are planned, meaning that he called those plays. Like John Harbaugh called those plays. Don't get it twisted. Don't not read between the lines, or take what he says for granted. So you got to read between the lines exactly what he's saying. So it's just bad. I mean, you can be encouraged, I guess, by the fact that Lamar's coming back, but the team is 1-3 with Lamar. People, the schedule gets lighter, but the light teams that you're about to play are not the teams that you're going to play in the playoffs. So what doesn't matter? You're supposed to win those games. You're supposed to beat the Bears and the Dolphins and so whatsoever. But you're also not supposed to blow 15-point leads in Buffalo, give up 295-yard plus drives to Detroit. Let Pat Mahomes wake up and do whatever he does. You see what he's been done. The ghost of CJ, the hustler CJ Stroud is back. And then yesterday, it was a total failure on coaching. The players played hard yesterday. They played with a little bit more effort than what they did against the Texans, but the coaches let you down. You got a chance to take points at the end of the half, just to give your team something. Your 1-4 team, something to be happy about. Give your fans something to be happy about, and fine. Derrick Henry's running well. You're doing everything you need to do that you said that you would do last game. You're doing this game. You're running Derrick Henry. You're running Derrick Henry. You're running Derrick Henry. Then you get inside the 5. You no longer run Derrick Henry. So I think I said, you need a whole total reset. John Harbaugh got to go. Tom Mutton got to go. Zach Orr got to go. You have to reset this team. Because, like I said, Lamar's going to come back. The Ravens going to win games. But what good does that do you if you don't make the playoffs? If you end up 8-9, 7-10, 10-7, then you're stuck with a Pittsburgh Steelers draft pick, number 20, number 21. So ADC probably use that and trade back, 35. So yeah, his typical stuff. I think Tomlin had a good quote, I forgot who he was talking to, but he's like, yeah, we don't lose enough games to draft players like you. The Ravens need to it's done. The whole, I don't, you hate to say it, but you don't want Lamar to come back and win 10 out of 11 games. Then Harbaugh's gonna reap the benefits. That's what it comes down to. You have to get rid of this head coach. You didn't, once again, at the end of the half, at the end of the game, you didn't have timeouts when you needed them. You got the ball inside the 5 or whatever with a minute something left. You let all the clock run out, and you're snapping the ball with 2 seconds left and running out of time. Like it's stuff like that. Once again, you employing Zach O, who's rushing 2 people on 4th and 3, or he's dropping Mike Green and Trent Simpson on the same. You got a defense who still don't know what zones to play on cover 2. 3 people are sticking one person on cover 2 like that, and sticking one person, and both of those people were still open. So it's like it's sad is that we get to this point, but I don't see how the teams get better. I mean, the problem with this team is not when Lamar come back, they averaging 38. The problem is with the defense. You're about to come up on some offenses that can throw the ball, can sling the ball. It's not going to get any easier for the Ravens. And we can say we can bank on Lamar outscoring them, but like I said, we tried that. It was 1-3. So now I think a total reset needs to be had. It's a sad day in Baltimore because say this roster. It seemed like there's no change. We hear the same thing after every game. Oh, we're close. We're close. The Ravens are not close. Like I said, and this is my opinion. I think this season was done in the 4th quarter in Buffalo. They took the Ravens' heart, and they haven't shown no heart since that 4th quarter.
Yeah, well, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum here as far as that concerned. I don't think every team remaining on our schedule equals up to the Buffalo Bills, who are contending for a Super Bowl appearance. I don't think every team on our schedule remaining is the Detroit Lions, who in the NFC are a similar contender on their side of the house. And I don't think every team is the Kansas City Chiefs as well, a team that was in the Super Bowl last year, a team that has 3 Super Bowls in recent memory, and a team that is only getting better with Rashee Rice coming off of suspension now, and that offense looking more and more explosive as the weeks go on. So, no, I don't think everything is over just yet. And I don't think that we should stop going forward. I think if we were to stop going forward, that would be the epitome of what a John Harbaugh team would do. A John Harbaugh team consistently folds in big moments, sinks in pressure situations, and runs from those type of situations. That's not something that this team, if you have any self-respect or pride, if you care about your craft, your legacy, I don't think you go into it defeatist saying, "Hey, we started bad. By week 7, let's pack it in so that Eric DeCosta can have more draft picks." I don't think that's the way to go. Because even when you arm Eric DeCosta with draft picks, what does he use them on? That's clearly the issue. And I don't think anybody's debating the roster construction or the lack of depth or this and that, the coaching. I mean, these are things that we've been all saying for 5 years, but we in it now. We in it. Do
I
we
mean,
want to be in it?
nah, but I feel you. No, go. I mean to cut you off. My fault.
Yeah, no, I mean, go ahead.
My question to you is, what has the Ravens shown to make you think that they going to be able to do that? And the second part of
I
the
was
question
going to get
is,
to it.
and the second part of the question is, you talk about the schedule. I mean, you still got to play 5 division games. You still got to go to Green Bay. You still got to go to Minnesota. The schedule is not as easy as people give is it is
I
on
didn't
paper.
even get to get into it yet.
Yeah, this is just a question I asked because you were saying that, is a epitome of a John Harbaugh team, but it is the John Harbaugh team. So that's why I'm confused about how what's going
I
to
didn't even
change.
get. I didn't get to get into it. But as far as what I was going to say, if I can remember it, um, as far as that's concerned, those teams don't. The teams on our schedule, we're talking about Chicago, Miami, Minnesota, Cleveland. That's the next month. We need to be focused on the next month. We don't need to be focused on week 17, week 18, none of that, because we're not going to sit there and become a 500 team in 1 week. What our focus needs to be is October 26th against Chicago. And what I saw October 12th was much better than what I've seen at any point previous in the season as far as on defense is concerned. 17 points allowed to the Rams when I thought it was going to be a drubbing. I thought it was going to be a good old fashioned bring your ass in here. I'm about to give you a spanking for acting up in school. I thought it was going to be one of those times where Puka Nacua was going to have 150 yards, a tutty. Kyron Williams was going to go crazy. Devontae Adams was going to do what he needed to do. But what I saw on defense was a defense that was improved. A defense with some changes in the personnel was able to do a few different things that we weren't able to do previous in the season. We don't need drastic improvements on defense as far as to win the games remaining on this schedule. Obviously we put ourselves in a hole. It remains to be seen what we can do to get ourselves out of that hole. But you dig to get out the hole. You don't just stay in the hole. You know what I mean? Chicago, Caleb Williams, that's a team that has a bad defense as well. If you're telling me that I don't have faith in a Lamar Jackson team that was averaging over 30 points a game with injuries, with a bad O-line, you mean to tell me if this a Caleb Williams or Lamar Jackson battle at home, 1-5, back against the wall, that I don't think the Ravens are going to win that game? That's an opinion, but that's not the opinion I believe. Next week at Miami. Miami has just as much problems as any team in the NFL. These niggas are talking about having a players only meeting that the players are coming late to. I think we can get a win there. You tell me that is the scenario. We're 3-5. At that point, we worry about Minnesota and Carson Wentz. Hey, at Minnesota, it's not going to be an easy place to win. But if I have an MVP and we have a 2-game win streak and we start to believe a little bit, I think that maybe we can take down Carson Wentz. It remains to be seen. We got to do it. But I don't think this team is as bad as we are putting out on the field. And again, Losing to Buffalo like that in a game you should have won, that's a contender. Kansas City, I think of Lamar doesn't have a hamstring injury. That game is a game that goes into the fourth quarter. I don't believe the game was over, but then I woke up and I saw a goddamn white man. So I was like, listen, this game is over. But I don't ever feel like a game is over when Lamar Jackson is playing and he's healthy. Then we face Cleveland and Dylan Gabriel or Shador Sanders. Excuse me. You know what I mean? So at that point, if we're 5-5, at that point, the season is still young and we have a chance. If things don't go well after that month, by all means, maybe we reevaluate some things. But even then, how many seasons can Lamar afford to keep taking off? It can't be every time he gets a hamstring injury, pack it in. Every time he gets an ankle injury, pack it in. Every time he gets a knee injury. These injuries aren't season-long injuries. We got to fight to the end.
But they averaging 7 points a game without Lamar. They have no recourse when he's out. He's not. I mean, have no recourse.
Most teams suck when their quarterback is out, other than the teams that have offensive gurus as coaches. And it is what it is. We don't have that.
And you're making great points, but the point you were making when Lamar was playing, you were saying weren't these points. You were talking about a defense. The defense, regardless of, mind you, Puka missed 3/4 of the game yesterday. They still wasn't getting lined up. We still have no pass rush. These are NFL quarterbacks. They still gonna be able to get time to throw. You game plan. Teams are going to be able to game plan for the Ravens defense with no pass rush. If you give Tua a clean pocket, he gonna pick you apart. If you give Caleb Williams a clean pocket, and pick you apart. And to your point, of course I would take Lamar over any of them guys that you just named, but it's not Lamar versus them. It's Lamar is a John Harbaugh coach football team, and as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't shown me anything that I should have any belief in any John Harbaugh football team.
You don't have to have belief in it, but that doesn't mean you lay down.
But I mean, now you're making
belief
is
in
last year that we used to tell Skull, like, what's the point? What's the point of playing of going 8-9, 7-10, 10-9?
Because I don't have Justin Fields as my quarterback or Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
if you give me an opportunity to play a game in postseason, I think I have a shot. And usually we do have a shot. Usually it's us in the driver's seat. So listen, again, and even in the losses, most of our losses, we've had a shot. Obviously, we're not going to have a shot with Cooper Rush. I'm not sitting there looking at these last 2 weeks and saying I can have a huge opinion on what I've seen when I was fucking Cooper Rush back there.
I mean, you can. I'm not. So take away the offense. That's fine. But you said a huge opinion. So what about the defense that let CJ Stroud look like prime Joe Montana?
What about the defense that improved this week?
They didn't play without Puka, and they still was.
They played a team that even without Puka had talent on that side of the ball and Sean McVay, and they still only allowed a couple touchdowns.
Did you see Malachi Starks back there? That's a change that has like personal. It's
not
perfect. So we're not talking about right. We can both.
I already said that
never going to be a 1-5 team is never going to be. They so far away from perfect that you can't even.
But you're talking about defensive improvements. I also said that I don't expect this defense to become a top 10 defense. I need margin improvement. If it can go from 32 to 22, I think the offense can do the rest.
And my question to you is, what have shown you that they can go from 32 to 22? But you're telling me that you're not.
They played well. Considering everything, they played well last week.
So you're telling me that you're not basing it off Cooper Rush, but you're telling me that we're going to use 1 week at a Rams.
It's a process. It's week 7.
That's my point.
I'm going off of the last game.
But it's not week 1. It's not. But when have we ever gone using a 1 week sample size? So we throw away the other games where he was getting 98-yard, 95-yard drive.
You kind of have to when players change as well, and you bring in different personnel, and the scheme is different as far as the players. You being able to slot different players in it. Okay. We made some changes. It wasn't like we ran the same old people out there yesterday. There were some people in key places that were different and some new faces. And I'm not saying it was perfect. I also think the win helped us. Being that it was a little gusty, I thought Matt Stafford was a little inaccurate. There were some open players where he overthrew and he just wasn't on target. That if he was on target, they would have probably been big plays, but it didn't happen. They were incompletions, and you know what I mean. It's a step in the right direction. I'm not expecting a huge defensive turnaround. I'm expecting a bye week. I'm expecting Roquan Smith to come back. Expecting some pieces to come back, and I'm also expecting marginal improvements. And you give me a quarterback that can actually move the fucking ball, so that the defense ain't always on the field.
Bro, we were just saying Roquan Swift need to get traded 2 weeks. We can't use him as coming back as the defense gonna get better. We was asking him to get traded 2 weeks ago. Everybody, you included, Keith included, everybody, we wanted him gone 2 weeks ago. Now, Roquan Swift's coming back. The only thing this team got going for him is that Lamar Jackson's coming back. So I'll give you that. If Lamar can go out there win 11 straight or 10.
So what's the alternative? You tank for a pick?
Yeah, to get the D line better, or maybe get a left tackle that don't take half of the game off every week. You know, get a starting middle linebacker. I don't know,
man. Sco, you ain't gonna hear me say that.
Keith, you on mute.
No, I was gonna say we had somebody who I could trust to make that pick. I don't trust EDC to make that top 10 pick. That's just, and I told you that when we talked about it the other day. I just don't trust him to make that pick because what he's shown me is that he'll go drafting no way at the bottom of it. The thing with the Ravens want the nice guy. The Ravens want the guy that makes Harbaugh and those guys feel comfortable. They don't want the guy who's going to come in and muck it up a little bit, who might go against the grain for the betterment of the team. That's just not historically who the Ravens have drafted post Ozzie Newsome. Like that's just not who we've been as a team. So a couple weeks ago, I was of the elk with Lamar going out. Look, you 1-5. Maybe it's time to fold it. But I look at the back half of the schedule, and I've seen Lamar roll off 8, 9, 10 wins in a row before. So why do I think he can't do it again? Even with this defense. We lost to the Chiefs. Yeah, we lost to the Lions. Yeah, we lost to the Bills. We lost to 3 of the top, arguably 5, 6 teams in the league. So I'm not – and outside of that Lions game, the Chiefs game, we didn't compete either. But the Lions and Chiefs game, we didn't compete defensively. But I still believe that this offense can put up 30 points a game. So if the defense can force a turnover yesterday like they did, if they can be opportunistic, you got Lamar on the other side who has shown that he can win these football games. Now, does winning come with possibly saving Harbaugh? I think that's a double-edged sword at this point. Like that's just going to be what it's going to be with this organization and Harbaugh and EDC. They loyalists. We talk about Biscotti. He spent most of his time down in the Keys. Like it's just not an in-tune football team when you look at the front office and the head coach. They just not in tune and sync. So do I think the Bears coming to the bank in 2 weeks, is that a winnable game? Yeah. Do I think going to play Tua in the way the Dolphins are currently constructed is winnable? Yeah. You still got to go out. You got to go out and win those.
You're saying they're winnable, but are they also losable? But this
any game losable.
No, that's not. So any game is winnable then, right?
I mean, sure, any game. You can lose the. The only thing that's going to scare me about the Bears is you got Ben Johnson coming
into this year. 10 out of 10 people had that this game is a win next week or after the bye by the Bears. Now it's like half.
I still think it's a win.
I still think it's
no. I'm not.
Would you bet on? Would you bet on the Bears?
Yeah, I would.
Shit, I would bet on the Ravens.
The same reason why the same reason why I picked the Chiefs. The same reason why I picked the Texans. The same reason why I picked the Rams. I understand that we're fans here, but you gotta.
I'm the most realistic nigga on this show. I be keeping it a buck.
No, but hold on. Before we go there, out of anybody's sports take, I respect is y'all 3 people. My uncle, y'all had honestly. It's when it comes to Ravens.
I'm not even being a homer.
No. I'm not saying that you are. What I'm saying is that. What I'm saying, me personally, when I'm seeing on film, when I'm seeing at the games, is not matching with what we're talking about right now. Like we saying,
what are you seeing on film? You watched Cooper Rush for the last 2 weeks.
I watched Lamar and them too, and they suck.
We had the second strongest schedule after week 4,
and they lost those games. So you telling me? So now,
the schedule changes. That's right. All people are saying.
So my original point is when we started this conversation is these are teams that you're going to play against. So you're gonna have more. You're gonna be more confident in them when you got to play them again. If
the same way we beat the shit out the Bills last year, and then we saw them in the playoffs and they beat us. Teams change throughout the course of the year. It's a long season,
right? And what has John Harbaugh shown you?
It starts with the Bears. That's it. You got to have a great week in practice. You have to have get some players get healthy. Right. So, if Lamar's not healthy, take me out this conversation. If Lamar's not healthy, pack it up. But goddamn, if for a hamstring that don't require surgery, goddamn, every time you get hurt, he ain't never gonna come back.
Nah, but what I'm saying is, and I guess
that's a problem if that's the case.
No, I agree. But what I'm hearing is that you said to start week 6 with the Bears, which is cool. Next man up next week. But are we supposed to forget everything that happened? Because we got new players and new players.
I can't speak to what happened because number one, we've made changes. Number two, there's more changes to be made. Number three, we haven't been healthy. Yes, we have had some bad defensive performances against some great teams. Yes. And yes, we got fucked up by the Texans when we had a practice squad on offense and defense. I don't care what happened. I was watching the preseason Ravens in week 5. I don't care about that. I saw Cooper Rush quarterback. What happened. Last week, I saw a little bit of improvement with some personnel changes. Kyle Hamilton came back. Few people got healthy. I saw some improvement. I ain't saying we world beaters. I'm just saying we don't need to beat the fucking Bears and to beat the Dolphins and to beat teams like the Browns and to beat the Bengals and to beat Carson Wentz. And I think that's the hardest game as far as in that stretch is going to be the Vikings, but they not world beaters either.
That's cool. Like I said, I respect it. But these teams probably coming here with better records than the Ravens. You can't just
that's cool
because the talented
they can get walked down as well.
Because we getting people in the same way the Ravens can get walked down. That's what I'm saying.
If we lose some of these games, pack it up.
Okay.
But you go out and you compete to see what's up.
I guess the excuse that we have Lamar, but I wish they was competing, against Kansas City, against Detroit. They didn't compete against those games. Lamar was here.
Damn, what's he gonna be healthy every other year? I mean, goddamn, it wasn't a severe hamstring injury. If they said 6 to 8 from Jump Street, I'm with you. Don't rush him back. But these niggas was already saying it wasn't that serious. He gotta come back. He gotta fight too.
No, I agree. He better come back and play well. He has to come back and play well at this point. Because the 1-5.
Fucking Cooper Rush. Let's talk about why is Cooper Rush the backup? Why is he the backup? That's another conversation.
Because John Harbaugh is your head coach, dog. Like there's no reason why Cooper Rush should have started the second half, should have started the second quarter. After he threw that first interception, his ass should have been on the bench.
That was a confusing sign. And Nick, remember I asked you.
I asked myself.
I was like, and you said, and you did say, you said if Cooper Rush got to play, pack it up. Like you did say that.
I said that.
But, yeah.
His organization likes the nice guys, go.
Yeah, I get it, but
bring in crab legs if you're going to do that.
The Boy Scouts.
Like you said on Twitter, you named all the backups. You got 49ers lost their quarterback. They still compete. It's teams that's losing their quarterbacks. Granted, they got offensive minded, but Mac Jones is holding the fort down. When we saw the Cooper Rush signing, it was like, what the fuck is this? Because Lamar with the offensive line, we've seen years with a knee, an ankle, but you got somebody like Snoop who can make a play. And the system, you don't have to change much. With Cooper Rush, he's a drop back quarterback with a bad offensive line. It just didn't make sense.
Yo, did you see when Snoop came in the game yesterday? They automatically had to respect his legs. What happens? Wide open run for Derrick Henry, like 10, 11 yards. Like they got to respect the RPO now. No one's respecting the RPO run by Cooper Rush.
Granted, y'all beat us with
what Gingers run RPOs.
Yeah, y'all beat us with Anthony Brown and Snoop one year because you have to respect the black man's legs.
Bro, nobody respecting Cooper Rush in a pistol, yo. Cooper Rush was in a pistol yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
If you're bringing in a pocket passer, why not kick the tires on Russell Wilson? Why not? I'm talking about when they were available. Why not kick the tires? And I understand Russell signed as a starter. Okay, cool. Jameis didn't, right? He was available via trade. Malik Willis. How many fifths did we have? We could have gave him 5 fifths. None of them niggas give us any impact anyway.
Or just went back Tyler to start the season. Like, what was the point?
If you were trying to upgrade back up, you know what I mean? There was multiple options other than giving him. That was a confident two-year, $12 million contract. When you give a backup that type of money, you're telling them, like you are a backup and we're proud of it. We think you're one of the better backups in the league. They even said that in the press conference.
You're just a Harbs type guy. That's all he is.
Get the fuck out of here, guys.
That nigga is 4 picks in 5 quarters. Like, that's not enough to get you big. And then Harbaugh come out the game and say, it was always the plan to play quarterbacks. And then Cooper Rush say, I thought I was going to play the whole game. Fire the coach. Fire the coach. Like, get rid of the guy.
You bring Snoop in. You don't even give Snoop a fair shot to compete if we keep it in the butt.
You bring him in the beginning of the 4th quarter. Like, what was the point?
Let me ask you this.
No, if I'm Snoop, don't put it on my jacket. No, like
Keys, let me ask you this. Yes, the Ravens did some Ravens shit. We didn't even mention Zay Flowers. Right. Zay Flowers did some Ravens shit. That blunder before the half where we could have taken points, or we could have gotten 7, but we got neither.
Right. To your Zay Flowers point, I'm not even going hard because you always make the point. If you try to make a play, you try to make a play. And he was just trying to make a play. I get it. Should have held onto the ball.
I'm not
But
even going in on him.
he
I'm
was
not
trying
even
to make
going to
a
go
play.
in on him. But to those factors, right? We showed. I think we showed fight on offense. We were ass. Don't get me wrong, but we showed some fight back with some fight back that we did not show in the Texans. Now, if I witnessed another Texans game to where it just seemed like we were getting smacked up and abused and we weren't doing anything about it, my sentiments be a little different. It seemed like with Derrick Henry being able to run the ball, we should have scored a touchdown before the half and went into the half with a lead, but we did not because we didn't execute because we couldn't execute and get a yard. You know what I mean? Zay Flowers, one of those drives, we were actually in field goal range and in the red zone. We wouldn't have won the game, but again, it showed that we were competing. Do any of these things just keep yesterday at what yesterday was? Does any of those things give you any hope that, damn, we kind of competed versus the Rams? And if you just insert an MVP who was on pace for like 40 touchdowns and 4 picks this year, that if you just insert that maybe you can beat Caleb Williams and Tua?
Bro, I think I said that like the effort was there yesterday. You can see they was making plays. To me, it's not the Ravens. I still think the Ravens it's the coaching, bro. Like Malachi Stark shouldn't be on the field. I think they show loyalty to the players, and they that's the thing. Like,
why you think we brought in 2 different safeties?
Yeah, if you're not gonna put your players in the right position,
niggas brought in a cavalry.
They got Kyle back up at Glasshow's where he should be. So
I think they agree.
Missing on Darius bad, man.
It's no reason why. And this goes to coaching because once again they lied to us and told us what they tell us. Go. Nobody has ever learned faster than Malachi Starks in training. He picked up the defense so fucking fast.
He was the perfect Raven pick draft night.
I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Ronnie Lott coming into the league. As a rookie,
who selected?
You should not be one-on-one with Devontae Adams as a rookie. I don't care who you are.
What's your opinion on Nate Wiggins?
I mean, bro, my thing is he hasn't played well this year.
Nate Wiggins.
I can't.
Who picked him?
I can't. Right, but I can't.
He hasn't been coached well either.
Is so bad. The defense is so bad that I can't say like who's bad and who. Like Mike Green, I still haven't got a tip because they dropping him back in coverage half of the game. Like Nate Wiggins. Why is you letting him follow Devontae Adams around the field? Like that's not his strong suit. Like, you got to put him on one side until he's ready to do that. He's not ready to do that now. But
will he be ready to
when
do that?
When he gonna get ready?
Like Devontae Smith.
Yeah. So he's not.
Did you see when Devontae broke Malachi off yesterday? Like you letting him go inside. You just lucky Stab missed the throw.
I got my board today.
Whoa.
That was crazy.
You better just go back.
Starting it off. You starting it off. You back.
I'm talking football.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I'm talking.
That's the key final.
But Nick keep alluding to what I keep talking. Like, who drafted these people? Like, and that's why I'm like, who cares that you 1-5? What is picking second going to do for these guys? EDC will find a way to go find a nice guy to go draft. He'll go find somebody who nobody thought should be drafted there and find a reason why he should be a Raven and why he plays like a Raven. And then he'll come in and he'll have no sacks.
That's a fact. And listen, I'm not.
You went to Penn State. You play Towson or a school like that 2 times a year. You couldn't get a sack first Towson, first last chance. But guess what? He went to LA this weekend and this nigga got a sack.
2 snaps. 2 snaps.
He got 2 sacks now. Like, come on.
You got to be kidding me, bro. You gotta be kidding me.
He can't even smell a sack here, man.
Listen, I'm not too far away from the edge. If we come out of the bye, back against the wall, Lamar Jackson, Roquan, and we lose to a nigga that paints their nails, end it. I'm not that far away from the edge. I'm just thinking like I still have hope that I can make it out of this situation where
what comes with the edge? That's my question. Like, what comes with being on the edge? Because
I don't even know if I like.
It's not going to improve if the same hierarchy here that's still selecting these players. What is losing doing?
To Key's point, he's saying if it does get bad, no way you can move on with Harbaugh. But I'd hope that's the case.
You might not move on with Harbaugh, but you still moving on with Krillin.
Will Steve fire his ass?
No, because I mean, they hopefully had. I mean, you would hope they had package deal, but
what are we doing, man?
Like
they neighbors.
Yo, this is my last point about the Ravens. Yo, 2 tush pushes with Mark Andrews. we running 2 tush pushes on the 1 yard line with my Andrews when we got Derrick Henry. We could have just gave it to him 4 straight times. So,
Jeez,
like, it don't make sense,
thing
bro.
with the tush push.
It don't make
Mark
sense.
don't
yo.
even drive his legs on the tush push. He just
he
lays
broke
there
his
and-
leg.
No,
It don't make sense. It didn't make sense. It don't make sense.
Put Derrick
Nothing-
Henry back there at least.
Nothing made sense. It made no sense why Cooper Rush, after he threw that first pick, came back into the game. It made no sense why they, none of the stuff they was doing. It made no sense why they wasn't targeting Likely every single time they snapped back. Nobody could stick Likely yesterday. He was wide open every single play. Every single right ran was wide open. They should, if you a good coach would say, hey, I'm saying what I'm saying. Isaiah Likely is wide open. The same thing I was saying when I was watching Fox yesterday. The same thing Tom Brady was saying when he was when he called the
I was
game.
seeing in the playoffs.
Tom Brady was
Exactly.
disgusting.
Listen,
The same thing he was saying. Like, just throw the ball Isaiah Likely. I mean, but John Harbaugh doesn't see the game. He just wants to celebrate after they get touchdowns. Hey, good job, guys.
did you see Mark leading a pregame huddle?
Yeah, I saw it after the fact. I'm glad I didn't say it before the game. I saw it after the fact. It's just and then Zay, man. And my thing about Zay is I ain't worried about the fumbles. He's shown that he's not a fumbler. But you guys stay and talk to the media after the game. Stop that leaving early shit. Like, stop that.
Let me ask you a question.
The thing early.
Let me ask you a question. He was by himself on the bench. Nobody said a word to him. Do you think that's good leadership, bad leadership? Because I'm looking at Harbaugh. Where are you at in those moments where your guy is teetering? And where are you going? Are you going to get him back on your side, or are you going to let him just keep teetering into the self-destruction?
I mean,
go talk to him, nigga. Like, you don't call no plays. Go make sure he's psyched up and
it's bad leadership for the simple fact that he out there already on a dummy mission, but Cooper Rush is his quarterback. So, granted, did he have the fumbles? Yeah, but
and he was hurt.
He's trying to make offense. He's trying to create plays, man. So I'm not mad at Zay for the fumbles yesterday. I mean, it happens, but
let him right on that bench, and it was nasty.
And he wasn't gonna win a game without the fumble. Who cares? Like, it ain't make up.
You're gonna need Zay. Like, come on, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him hug Justin Tucker after misses.
That's what I'm saying.
Go put your hand on the shoulder.
But I don't want John Harbaugh to talk. I want the players to talk to him. John Harbaugh might go over there and tell him some bullshit. I don't want John Harbaugh to talk to him. I want John Harbaugh to talk to him.
Just put your hand on your shoulder.
So to your point, John got to go.
I want John Harbaugh on a one-way flight back to Miami.
To your point, John got to go.
That's what I want him to do.
He's a light.
I want John to go.
And the conspiracy, Nick, the conspiracy of me been coming out since you mentioned how they didn't target Zay that one game. What was that, the Lions game? Because he had started off well. But I'm thinking the same thing with Henry in the red zone. Why is he not touching the ball? Does he have some sort of incentive touchdown-wise that...
No, because John Harbaugh...
You inside the one with the biggest...
And you don't have Tyler Huntley. You got Cooper Rush and Mark Andrews.
Did y'all see the quote
with Derrick Henry, man?
They asked him, like, why is the tush pushers, who makes those calls? He said they are planned. John Harbaugh,
like self-sabotage.
Hold on. Because Sko, you've been waiting patiently. My bad. We in disarray, my
nigga. Y'all got problems. Y'all got dogs barking. Who got the dogs? Like, whoa.
Not our team. There's more dogs in the background than on our team. But I was going to ask, as far as short yardage. Yeah, yesterday was horrible as far as the play calling, but we've seen us give the ball to Derrick Henry 2 or 3 straight times and still not getting to the end zone. I don't know. I forget what game that was. I don't know if it was the Lions game. It was one of those games at homes where we kept feeding Derrick and he would not get into the end zone. And I think Lamar went for it on 4th and wasn't able to get it. I think he had to throw it out of bounds or something on that drive. But my question is, it seems like short yardage has been a season-long problem. Back to changes being made in the bye week. Harbaugh talking about reevaluating the offensive line rotation. I mean, duh, but something has to give because you have interior lineman Falele. I can't even pronounce his name. His name doesn't even deserve. It doesn't deserve pronunciation. Number 77 and Voorhees. They're amongst the worst interior offensive linemen in the NFL.
Bro,
so
that's all you just got. Just go watch a San Francisco. Go steal some plays. Like, what you mean? Like, you can go look at a 49ers play or Vikings goal line and just steal the play. That's literally just still play.
Should we be looking at Tom Monken too?
Oh, he got to go too. He got, like, I want everybody gone. I want the whole coaching staff and EDC gone. I want them gone.
I feel like a playoff run, regardless. Like, I don't think anybody deserves. This start is pretty bad. Even if you squeak in at 9 and what would it be? 9 and 8,
9, 8, 10 and 7, yeah.
10 and 7. we've seen mediocre wild card teams in that third spot. So I'm just saying, like, there's a chance in the division. We still play the rest of the division. Like, Sko might not think so, but at least is the destiny. Our destiny is in front of us. It's not like we have to chase and ask for help. Like, we can walk people down. You know what I mean? But even if we walk people down, I don't just think these niggas deserve to stay.
No, this gotta be their last year.
This is bad long term too. The contracts are bad. You got Namdi, who has a career threatener. You got some other people locked in that you looking at. Where's this money going? Roquan. You got Nate not giving you the returns. You got Malachi not giving you returns. You got to think about paying Linderbaum, but what good is paying Linderbaum if the people around Linderbaum is trash in the interior? Ronnie Stanley's ankle is it seems
paper mache
issue.
That shit is paper mache.
It is paper. Rosengarten has
that should get wet.
Deteriorated. He's not the same player he was as a rookie.
Nick, why you talking about Rosengarten real quick? You see the offsides yesterday. This dude celebrates instead of, acknowledging somebody jumped, but get the free play. Like, it's little stuff like that. We can't even get the free play on offsides.
Because he's getting up celebrating that he jumped. Ass in the stance.
Yeah, get back. Because now you got a free rusher. Of course they're gonna kill the play because Cooper Rush gonna get killed. But it's just little things like that. Like, you can get a free play. Aaron Rodgers does it perfect. Every time somebody jump, he's been doing it his whole career, honestly. But, like, get the free play. You never know what could come of it. Maybe you get a penalty down the field, but we don't even get the chance to see it because this team is so undisciplined that, they jumped and we're not the penalized team, so let us celebrate. Get the free play.
Harbaugh has to go. I agree. I agree. Like, it would be bittersweet if we made a run just to make a run of it, and he gets to keep his job. But I just don't.
Lamar rookie.
I think you should. I think the problem is you shouldn't have to make a run, and I think that's what the Ravens brass, especially when Bisciotti was there yesterday, he should feel what this 1-5 feels like, and he should say we shouldn't have to dig ourselves up out of this bullshit.
He should just look around the stadium and see that how many people was there. It was nobody there.
About a third. About all these additions to the stadium, and they're not even staying to reap the benefits of it, to spend the money. It's empty at halftime. Like, it was empty after he made that call before the half. Like, and I was up to out. Just take the points. Let your team go in 6-3 and feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Like, it's not Lamar out there.
Two mock touch pushes. Yeah,
at 6-3 would have
felt the same thing first the Lions, and you didn't get no points. You turned the ball over, and they had first and whatever from the 20 because Lamar fumbled. Like,
and that's my thing about Harbaugh. He don't learn from his mistakes, though. He just keep doing the same thing over and over again, keep failing over and over again.
I wouldn't coach aggressive with Cooper Rush, that's for sure.
No.
Not in that type of scenario. I feel like you blessed to go in 6-3.
What was the call early in the game, Keys, where you was like, he don't even go with this with Lamar? I think it was the offsides call. Yeah, we got bailed out. But it was 4th and whatever from out 30, 35.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he don't even do that with a game on the line. Like, in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes, like, he don't do the game. Like, now you desperate. Like, do that in fourth quarter in Buffalo. Do that when you got the ball on 4th one with Lamar. He going for a 4th one on 35 with Cooper Rush in the goddamn third quarter. Get this out of here, man. I'm like, at 17-3, it was 8 minutes after third quarter. Why the hell are we going for a 4th and 1 from my own 35? You're not even doing that in the fourth quarter with Lamar Jackson.
I want Zach Orgon too. Yeah, we might not see it. I kind of wanted the blowout, so we'd have the excuse to get rid of him during the bye. Like, that performance probably gonna keep him around a little bit. I'm blown, but hopefully things get better, Keys. And
I mean, I'm always gonna root for the Ravens, but the tape I see, they look really bad. They just still out of place. They still get taking timeouts when they shouldn't be taking goddamn time. And this is my thing about the Ravens. When I see other teams play, other teams don't do shit like that. When I see the Steelers play, they're not taking.
Stop smiling.
They got that 3 timeouts at the end of the half. They got that 3 timeouts. Like, they got that 3 timeouts at the end of the half. When I see the Patriots play, Mike Vrabel got all 3 of his damn timeouts at the end of each half, bro. Like, if you need them. When I see the Ravens play, we have 1 timeout at the end of each half. One timeout every time. It never fails. Nice. That's how I feel, so that's exactly how I feel. What more do you want from me?
What more do you want from me?
Go ahead, Sco. Get your stuff off, man.
Yo, let me change the vibes up real quick, man. Let's go behind the curtain.